he told me he went to Masai Mara and I saw मैंने इसकी इंस्टा स्टोरीज देखी तो I was kind of jealous कि यार इतनी अच्छी स्पॉटिंग और इतने ज़्यादा जानवर मेरे को भी देखने हैं. तो that's when he told me कि he is planning a trip with you to Ranthambore. तो पहले तो मैं नहीं आ पा रहा था because of certain reasons, but जब वो कैंसिल हो गया तो then I decided कि मैं भी चलूँगा.
I just saw the story on Instagram. I just texted you, and the same day I remember I did not ask anything. Like, you get the payment, I just made the payment. I thought like karna hai. So that is the thing we're discussing. For me, like Masai Mara last year, I think it was the same time only, and that was my first wildlife trip. And that honestly I did only in fun that I wanted to travel abroad to somewhere. I had zero interest in wildlife. Honestly, that was my first wildlife trip. But going with you, just you excited that charm for wildlife and that anxiety for wildlife. Then I want to go more. So I'm decreasing my trips to the mountain now and increasing to the jungle.
I had done one safari before this, so which was in Assam, of course. The landscape was over here is like totally different from what I saw in Assam, and it's huge. It's royal kind of. The landscape is very royal, very. I don't know. I don't exactly have the words to express the landscape right now. The color variances was too good to see. When I combine the animals with it, it's like a totally different world you come in from your normal world.
I think Kanha was my first with you, Shashank. I fell in love with the forest, not because it was my first, but also because of the pristine nature of the forest. I mean, the terrain was beautiful. Ranthambore, in stark contrast, is very rugged. It's a bit rough as well, not for the faint-hearted. So I think for me, it was initially quite difficult to get used to, but I think it has these little surprises. When you travel through the forest, I think the jungle always surprises you.
We experienced a lot of different wildlife here. We were lucky, like we spotted a number of things. Small thing, monitor lizard we spotted mongoose, deers and all, samba, everything, and definitely we spotted tigers. We were lucky enough so we spotted total 5 tigers, I would say. So our first sighting was, so there is this tigress named Arrowhead, and we were just, it was about, the time was about to get over to leave the park, the closing time was over there. Suddenly out of sight, we just like a far distance. So we spotted Arrowhead. She was just sitting so elegantly, and when we saw it through binoculars and all, we realized that her cubs are also there. So we could not see her very close or something, but that, the excitement of the first sighting, be it from any distance, and that too, tigress with the 2 cubs. So it was a memorable experience overall.
We were able to see an incredible variety and diversity of wildlife, right from the monitor lizard, different species of birds, and I think just sort of looking at them through the binocular, looking at those sort of sort of nitty-gritty detail was really wonderful. Also seeing the bear, whom I think the forest rangers fondly call him Madan Mohan for whatever reason. I think seeing him was incredibly special as well, because we spent quite some time with him as well, right? I mean, he walked through the forest. It's almost like he put on this big show. He walked. He sort of tore away the bark. We have some amazing footage from the bear. So I think seeing the sloth bear, we've already seen. I mean, I saw it once when I traveled with you to Tadoba, I think. But I think seeing the sloth bear in Ranthambore was completely different, because he was very close to us in the jeep, and seeing him walk that entire distance and then sort of nonchalantly sort of sharpen his claws on the bark, it was really wonderful.
The moment we enter the zone, the gate of the zone, it was as if the tiger knew that it was time for people to come and greet him and greet her. Sorry, it was a late female tiger. And and she was there lying, waiting for us, or I would say like really like not at all bothered about what's happening in and around her, and she was taking a good afternoon sleep, I guess, which we all take after a good lunch, is what I'm thinking what she was doing.
हाफ हो गई थी हमारी सफारी, हाफ टाइम वाज डन एंड हम लोगों ने नहीं स्पॉट किया था कुछ. तो उसके बाद व्हेन वी वर गोइंग अचानक से हमारे ड्राइवर विक्रम भैया थे शायद, ही वाज लाइक अरे टाइगर 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 टाइगर, एंड देन ही क्रॉस्ड द रोड, ही वेंट इनटू द बुशेस एंड वी वर द फर्स्ट वन टू स्पॉट इट. तो हम लोगों ने अपना अच्छा सा स्पॉट चूज़ कर लिया जहाँ की हमें दिख रहा है, बाकी हमें फ़र्क नहीं पड़ रहा किसी से. उसके बाद वी सैट देयर एंड वी वर लाइक वॉचिंग द टाइगर फॉर अराउंड 40-45 मिनट्स एंड दैट वाज वेरी कूल. मतलब he was marking his territory and that was the best part. He was spraying his whatever urine or something and then he was rubbing his back. So watching that was very good.
I think the sloth bear sighting the sloth bear was particularly special. But one other special moment was, I think within minutes of entering that zone that we were supposed to go to, seeing Sultana the tiger, and I feel she's almost like a sister to us now. We're calling tigers by their names, which is amazing. She was just there, sleeping in the middle of the road. But also it makes you realize that we are in her territory, so I think we were very respectful, and it was almost like she's welcoming you into her home, and it was a very, very, very humbling experience to be able to spend almost 50 minutes to an hour with Sultana, watching her sort of doing yogic poses and exercises.
का स्टाफ था बहुत अच्छा है. दे आर ऑलवेज वेलकमिंग, दे आर ऑलवेज रेडी टू गिव यू अ सोल्यूशन. इंस्टेड ऑफ सेइंग कि यार ये चीज़ नहीं हो सकती, दे आर ऑलवेज कि नहीं सर इसको हम ऐसे कर सकते हैं. तो दैट्स व्हाट आई लाइक अबाउट इट.
When we entered it, I think it kind of took our breath away because it was all, we came late afternoon, I think, so it was all set up and very beautiful. I think the meals were outstanding, the food is excellent, the staff are very courteous, and also I think they want us to have a good time. So that came across really very well. The service is excellent, and I think looking at everything as from a can-do attitude, I think that was really beautiful. And I think the property, lots of Instagrammable spaces, so yeah, it's beautiful. Thank you.
Their knowledge is incredible, I would say. This being my first safari, I don't know, Shashank is professional in this, so maybe even the other regions have this, but this is my first time, and the knowledge, they know the names of the tigers, they know where they stay, they know where they relocate, they know each and every details. They talk about the tigers like they're talking about some neighbors, some neighbor kids. Like I had seen him there, I had seen her, just like they are just next door neighbors and family. They are kind of treat each other like families. So that is the level of knowledge the guides, the drivers over here they have.
So for me, I think it worked perfectly on this trip. All the 5 safaris, irrespective of the fact whether we spotted something or didn't spot anything. Sometimes, we came away, I think the last 2 we didn't really see, a lot. But even then, I think just navigating this crazy rugged terrain, you needed to have an expert driver, a guide who will sort of, negotiate and navigate the path. So for me, I felt that we worked like a 7-piece orchestra or something like that. So it was really wonderful.
मैंने पहले ही बता दिया ना कि मेरे को ट्रिप एक्सपेंसिव लगी, बट नाउ आई एम फाइंडिंग इट टोटली वर्थ इट. मतलब 100% वन ऑफ द बेस्ट वाइल्ड लाइफ एक्सपीरियंस आई हैव एवर हैड.
So for me, honestly, मतलब मैं ज़्यादा क्या ही बोलूँ कि if Shashank was out there, I think I would not have done the safari, any of it. So Corbett जाती खुश हो जाता है हर बार, ठीक है Corbett चले के सफारी कर ली. So it is only Shashank that, and we were planning for more trips now. So all the credit goes to you.
After coming into this safari, Shashank has changed my bucket list a bit. Actually, not changed it, he has mingled up the bucket list totally. So now I feel, of course, everything cannot be done in 1 year, but what I feel is that the remaining bucket lists can wait till I grow maybe 50, 60 or whatever. But the safaris need to be covered. So that was my experience with Shashank.
That was an amazing safari, guys. If you would like to in fact join us on our safari tours and expeditions, please do connect with us on the platforms mentioned below. And if you'd like to know more on India's wildlife and our protected areas, please do subscribe to our channel. Thank you for joining us. See you next time.